Okay guys, today we're looking at Module 1, Lesson 15. I can relate arrays to tape diagrams to model the commutative property of multiplication. So remember, commutative property means that the factors can go in any order and they will still get the same product. So for example, 6 times 4 equals 24 is the same as 4 times 6 equals 24. Okay, what I'd like you to do is practice skip counting by twos after you pause your screen. Go ahead and pause your screen and practice skip counting by threes. All right, a cell phone is about 4 inches long. About how long are 9 cell phones laid end to end? Okay, so if I think of this like groups, I'm thinking of it like a cell phone is 4 inches long, right? So I need to figure out how many are 9 groups. So it's like thinking of 9 groups of 4. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, one more, 9. Okay, because what we're thinking of is 9 groups of 4. So there are 9 cell phones, each one is 4 inches. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36. Now, if you can't count by fours yet, you might have had to count those one by one. But since I've been practicing and I know my fours, I can skip count by fours and it makes it go a little faster. Okay, so it says on a piece of paper, which I'm just going to do it right here on our screen, draw an array with 2 rows and 4 columns. So 2 rows, 4 columns. Write a multiplication equation to represent the array that you just drew. Okay, so I drew 2 rows with 4 in each row, and that gives me 8. Okay, now it says turn your paper sideways, so you have 4 rows and 2 columns. So I can't turn my screen sideways, but I can show you what it would look like if I were to turn this sideways. So if I were to turn it sideways, it would look like 4 rows with 2 in each row, right? Like if I were to take this and I were to flip it sideways, it would look like this, right? So this equation is 4 rows with 2 in each row, and that still equals 8. So the question is, what property is this? And the property that this is that one that we talked about in the beginning and when we were still in school. It's called the commutative property, and it says that these 2 factors can be flipped and you will still get the same answer. So 2 times 4 is the same as 4 times 2. Okay, so let's try this with another example. On a piece of paper, draw an array with 7 rows and 4 columns. This time I'm going to use X's. 7 rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 4 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously, I should keep my X's. I try to keep my X's in a straight line. It's just with the clicking, it makes it a little bit difficult, but hopefully when you're drawing it, it's easier. If I were to turn my paper sideways, so if I were to flip it, it would look like this. It would look like 4 rows with 7 in each row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? If this were flipped, it would look like this. So if I look at equation 1, which is this one, this shows 7 rows of 4. So 7 groups of 4. So if I were to skip count this, I can go 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, because I know how to skip count by 4s, right? If I were to look at this one, these are flipped now. I have 4 rows with 7 in each row. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. I'm still going to get 28. So what property is this? Again, this is the commutative property. Okay, go ahead and try your best on the problem set.